Pomumaniac here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about an announcement that you may not have seen. It wasn't announced in the main channel, where they usually do notice and updates. It was actually posted in the developer notes in the Discord, and because of that, I'm not sure if many people are aware what's going on with the game and the developers. So I thought I'd cover this kind of briefly and talk about why y'all just received 500 free common scrolls. And so this is Mr. Croco. He is, I believe he was the president or one of the leadership, leadership and development for the game. And I think he's had enough. He's had enough of running the business, or maybe some stuff happened in his personal life, who knows. But let's just read what he says here. This was this morning at 1:33 in the morning. I actually was still awake. I'm in the U.S. I was still awake when this happened. I read it. Hello, I'm Mr. Croco, the PD of King God Castle. I think PD. I thought PD was like press department. But I think it's like president. I think that's what they're referring to. It's already been a month since the 4th anniversary update, and at the same time, due to an influx of many new users, King God Castle has reached 5 million downloads in just 4 years, so it's growing. It's already been 4 years, and including the development period before the release, about 5 years have passed with many events, from conceptualizing the game, to the events held for the 1st anniversary, to the experience of marketing overseas for the first time, and the features like Great Rift, Tower of Trials and Raids. Many memories flash through my mind. While there were many enjoyable aspects for users, I believe there are also many areas that seemed lacking. Nevertheless, thanks to the support and love from many of you, both I and King God Castle have been able to come this far together through thick and thin. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely express my heartfelt gratitude for everyone who has been with me through King God Castle. And there was a bunch of reactions here. Some of which are mean. People need to not be mean. With this update as a turning point, I tend to hand over the PD position of King God Castle to Equester, who was the design manager. After quite a long period of contemplation, I felt that the second half of 2024, as we plan the updates for 2025, it is time for someone to bring new energy to King God Castle. Equester joined the design team around the time of King God Castle's release, and is one of the team members who have dedicated the most time to King God Castle alongside me. Equester has personal philosophy regarding the game and has shared many deep reflections with me. I have had extensive discussions with the new PD about the direction we should be moving forward, and I deeply resonate with his vision. I believe he will be a better fit as the captain of the current King God Castle than I am. To add a note of reassurance, awesome piece, and the development team committed to investing in developing King God Castle. As for myself, I am merely passing the PD position and will continue to stay with Awesome Piece, taking on new challenges with a new game. So he's moving on to a whole new game. I look forward to the opportunity to greet you again in the future. Then I will watch from afar as you enjoy a wonderful playground at the new PD will create in King God Castle. Please consider any shortcomings and deficiencies in King God Castle in the past as a result of my own limitations. He's like taking the fall. For what? I mean, just some bad development decisions. And I hope the new PD's journey will be enjoyable for you all. Please look forward to this journey, and I ask for your support. The weather has become noticeably colder, and I hope everyone is doing well. Considering he's speaking to a global audience, it's a weird ending line. Maybe that's a quote to like a movie or something. Anyway, so yeah, so this guy, he's been the guy, and he's led the company, good decisions, bad decisions, throughout this entire time. And listen, we're complainy people. We're all like neurodivergent for the most part. There's like a mental state of, we're not the most social socially aware people, and especially when you put a bunch of neurodivergent people on the internet, we're gonna say some shit. And I'm sure for the last couple of years he probably felt as if he couldn't make a right decision. Everything he released would have mixed results, tons of bugs and people bitching and all kinds of stuff. But overall, the game's decent, right? That's why we're all here. But yeah, he handed it. Now that was his handoff to Equester. Okay, so that was at 1:33 a.m. He washed his hands of King God Castle. Then at 2:41 a.m. Hello, I'm Equester, the new PD of King God Castle. As I have newly taken charge of King God Castle, I'd like to greet all the users and share the future direction with you. Okay, so now there's some hope. 123 fire reactions, some thumbs up. Not a lot of people in the Discord, guys. You know, that's part of the problem, right? Anyway, we're gonna go dive into this. Now, this is long as shit. Okay? He got this little icon for himself. He's this little dude with a white shirt and a cat on his head in a box. I highly recommend that you read this yourself. I'll go through it and give you some of my reactions as well. So I believe this is inside of the actual game itself. Let's go see. I haven't booted the game up yet, but let's go see. Is this in the game? It's not. You have to go click the back button. And no, it's not here. So they haven't released this. If I go back to list, it's not public yet that I'm aware of. So perhaps it's still pending. It's like hidden. I don't know why it would be, but it's a developer because it's a developer note, right? Hello, I'm Equester. I have taken charge, and so he's now responsible for setting goals and directions. So he's essentially going to be making. I will continue to reflect on this, listen to your opinions, and develop it further. So this is pretty good. This seems good, right? So we're going to talk about the design, long and short. So King God Castle recently celebrates its 4th anniversary. As a result, a significant gap accumulated between the existing users and new users just starting out in the game. Previously, I believed that having new users was essential for the overall development of the game and the money, right? Because new users are the ones who are buying most of the shit. Us old users, we're buying some stuff, but you know, when implemented updates, I used to make generally satisfactory decisions. This is interesting translation. However, few of the decisions that once satisfied are now satisfying no one. I would say to you, sir, if you watch this, there's something called the loud minority. So it's quite possible a lot of people like what you're doing, but the people that are vocal, be careful with that. I think you guys aren't doing all bad stuff. You're doing a lot of stuff that I disagree with, but be careful. Now, instead of aiming for updates that satisfy everyone, we've decided to implement updates separately for each user group. So TLDR, they're going to have a newbie update, and then they'll have like a update that's specifically for end gamers. Okay. For example, of this recent reorganization of Tower of Trials. Initially, Tower of Trials was to provide a fun experience of growth during early to mid stage, where overall progression rapidly improves, and to naturally guide the users to level up in a variety of heroes. Yeah, that makes sense. The Tower of Trials was a teaching tool. Accordingly, we reorganized it to focus on 3 objectives: early and mid-stage spec growth and leveling up a diversity of heroes. The Tower of Trials is updated every 2 weeks per region. Yeah, but I gotta tell you, Tower of Trials is not fun. It was like just hit the play button, and I walked away and I came back and I had resources. I don't really know what I guess I'm so end game that my team is so OP that I didn't have a chance to actually enjoy that content. Every 3 seasons, which is when all 6 towers are updated, we plan to add 30 more floors. Yeah, I mean, but I blew through 60 floors in my sleep. I don't know. That's weird. My opinion on the Tower of Trials in general is it should be an infinite tower that just scales, and you get rewards for beating each floor, and you actually play the fucking game. I don't know. It was just the auto chess thing is weird, but that's my opinion. Maybe other people enjoy it. Additionally, we are currently to improve the 0 to 99 point range in Arena. Unfortunately, the implements to Arena will have very little impact on existing Arena users. So they're just going to basically make Arena a little bit more new player friendly. We apologize for the fact that these updates do not provide enjoyment to existing users who have already completed a certain level of progression, blah, blah, blah. Instead, even if content updates are difficult or create entry barriers, we plan to proceed with a focus of enjoyment of existing users rather than the accessibility of early to mid-stage users. So, it feels very like we're double talking. We're double talking here, and it could be that this translation didn't come through, right? It's like, hey, we're basically going to cater to new players, but we plan on the focus of enjoyment of existing users rather than the accessibility for mid-stage users. That's not what you just set up here, right? I will discuss this content in a section called Update Overview. All right. Future skin policy. They're going to turn the skins into a gacha system, which really feels bad, and I'm very thankful that I already have a lot of the skins that I want. Gacha skins feels really bad. I mean, I understand for like new players, but like, dude, it's easy. You get skin tokens and you buy the skin that you want. You get free skins when you participate in the monthly, buy-in. Why are you, out of all of the things that are fucking broken in the game, this is crazy that you're even thinking about wasting time on this. I mean, unless you're going to release new skins that are extraordinarily rare and throw them in gacha, I don't know. We intend to change the policy of skin releases. First, instead of releasing new skins frequently, we plan to actively utilize skins in different formats. We're discussing banner skins, in-game map skins, Dominion skins. Additionally, we plan to add methods for obtaining skins from the perspective from a new user. The entry barrier has become higher with difficulty purchasing all existing skins. We are considering release features like a skin workshop or a skin gacha, right? Through this, we intend to provide skins randomly, allows users, that hurts, man, while also maintaining difficulty obtaining specific desired skins at a level similar to before. So they're going to give you multiple ways to get it. You're either going to have to grind a format, beat certain content, or you're going to have to do the gacha. By maintaining the existing method and adding new options, you will still be able to purchase skins and kit with gems. Okay, so I don't know. Does this overcomplicate an already complicated game? Probably does. All right. I'm not. But listen, if they do a good job, whatever. It is what it is, okay? This is what they were alluding to up here. And it sounds like this is going to be... this is for the old players. We'll see. Next year, we plan to refine systems or release new content in line with policies mentioned above. Starting next season, we are preparing to add rewards and proceed with system revamps so that existing users feel more purpose playing Raid. Okay, so maybe they'll give... I mean, like, dude, if they can make Raid so I don't have to move all my equipment around, that would be nice. The system is set to be revamped that after finishing the battle with the boss, The next boss battle doesn't start immediately. Instead, players can enter again at their desired time to the battle. So yeah, so if you have a build that's specifically made to destroy Blood Boss and somebody else has a build to destroy Mage Boss, you can tag them in and be like, hey, I cleared Blood. Can you kill that thing? And then I'll get the next one. In addition, instead of easing or improving restrictions on forming raiders, so they're doing restrictions on mercenaries. I don't know why. After the release of the next hero, we plan to change the hero release cycle from 1 season to 2 seasons. Which is, I don't think we were getting a new hero every season, honestly. Not every, I mean, we had reworks that were in the place of new heroes, I guess. So, the current utility of existing heroes have not received appropriate legacies and significantly decreased. Yeah, for sure. So, the release cycle of legacies is determined based on the current provided legacy summoning stones quantity, as releasing them more frequently could be burdensome for users. We plan to release new legacies suitable for existing heroes during seasons when no new heroes are released. So they're basically going to try to fix the fact that 90% of the heroes are useless in endgame, and also the fact that meta gets stale. They're going to try to fix that by releasing new legacies that will break old heroes, much like the latest BOE legacy breaks Aramis. Right now, Aramis, who has fallen off for a very long time, is basically S tier right now, because of that legacy. So that's kind of their plan. Like, imagine a legacy that, made Daniel, like, every time you stun a unit, you get something, right? That would make Daniel make me A tier or something. I don't know. So interesting. Regarding graphics, we're preparing new types of skins, such as map skins and menu-related skins. Along with the appointment of the new PD, a new art director has taken the role, and we are proceeding with discussions about story mode. We plan to further elaborate on the discussions, and once the decision is finalized, the new AD will personally address it through a letter. Okay, so sure, there's going to be new artists. The art's pretty good most of the time, so... Lastly, we were discussing a major content renewal for next summer. Although many details are not final, we are planning content focused on PvE, and our primary goal is that existing users enjoy the content. Sure, PvE makes perfect sense. That's what this game should be mostly focused on. That's, or that unless you do different types of arena, perhaps. Closing remark. Thank you for all the money, bro. Okay, so that's the deal. And so this does not appear to be in in the game yet. And so this is why we all received this. So 5 million download celebration gift, but it's mostly because he's switching over and he's trying to. This is so good for new players. This is good for mid players too, to get medals and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. What my hope is that maybe he has quite a mess on his hands. To get these characters to not suck, and a lot of them, and to make things fun. My only fear is that this guy was already part of leadership, so he might be responsible for some of these bad decisions, or maybe he was shut out by other people, and now he's like, listen, I got this, right? Who knows? Skin gotchas, I'm not looking forward to that. I hope they don't, he says they're not going to take away anything else, but, Dominion skins, I'd rather have just more things to do in Dominion, but I'll take Dominion skins. You know, sure, it should be kind of cool, right? Anything to kind of help out with making the game enjoyable and stuff. So, all right, guys. Anyway, it's 20 minutes. I don't want to go into anything else. I might do some Artemis Strafe after this, but yeah, it's interesting for sure. And I just figured I'd cover it because it's not really forward facing. It's just you got to be in the Discord to see this stuff. So, all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.